So these are the top 5 tools if you are an electrician, a fire alarm tech, security, camera, no matter what you do, these are the top 5 tools I think you should have in the industry. Now, if you just want to bypass the video, we have a fluke, you have a screwdriver, strippers, a pliers. I call this a little techie, and this is like a tamper-proof set. So that's the answer if you want to just go ahead and get bypass the video. Now I'm about to give my explanation on why. So this is going to be in a ranking from most important to least, in my opinion. So now most important, we have a fluke. This is a multimeter. Every tech, you need to have a multimeter to troubleshoot. Now, this one right here is a fluke. This is probably one of the best meters you can get, in my opinion. Like, this is my everyday, no matter what the task is, this is gonna get the job done. Now, if you're gonna get this meter, I always recommend everyone to get the magnet with it. Cause say you're troubleshooting this device right here, and you know this is magnetic, you just go ahead and hang it up, and now you have 2 hands. You go ahead and set your device, say it's DC, AC, whichever you wanna use right here. This is DC, this is AC, this is for ohms, continuity, diodes. Like all you have to do is kind of understand on how to read a meter when you're in the field. But this is probably the most important thing right here. And then you have 2 hands to go ahead and troubleshoot whatever you're gonna go ahead and meter. So thing number 2, right? We have a screwdriver, preferably a 6-in-1 or 11-in-1, whichever one you want. But definitely have one of these because this Phillips, you could take it out, it becomes a flathead. Then you could take this off and it becomes a nut driver. Like, it's probably one of the most important things, especially if you're on like HVACs. If you do a lot of HVAC, you know that they never use regular Phillips, so you have to have a nut driver up there. And this is like an all-in-one tool. And then, for example, right, when you're using, there's a lot of like NAC devices for like basically horn strobes and other devices where this tip right here is too big and it won't fit. So you can't unscrew the device. So that's why I have this screwdriver for those type of situations where the screw is a little bit too far in. Now I have this screwdriver right here where I'm able to reach it. Boom. So that's one. This is number 2. This for number 3, I put them all kind of one category. So now we have strippers and pliers. A lot of electricians would use use their pliers as strippers, right? But me personally, I feel like I always nick the wire. I never practice enough where my pliers, I'm able to strip wire and not damage it. So I said, hey, let me go ahead and get a pair of strippers as well, just in case. This is my everyday strippers right here because the tip is kind of like pliers. It goes up to 18 gauge. Like, this is my all around. Now, if I'm doing a certain burg install, I'm gonna use these strippers right here just because if you guys can see correctly, it goes up to 28 gauge. So I can use almost any wire. A lot of people use 22/4 when they're doing burg, or 22, you know, they always use skinny wires. So that's why this is like my burg strippers for the most part. That's number 3. Number 4, a techie screwdriver, because there's a lot of terminals and panels where the terminals is like very small. So that's why you need these techie screwdrivers, so you're not stripping out the terminals. Like, some people use too big of screwdrivers and they end up stripping out the terminals and just destroying it. This is a 4-in-1 right here. I definitely recommend everyone to get one. And then thing number 5, right here. This is sacred. Like, if you have water flows, cameras, there's so many times where they have these unique tamper-proof screws. So that's why this comes in clutch. You need this if you're doing with a lot of fire alarm and cameras. Like, I lose these bits all the time. Like, you don't know how often. I bought this over maybe about 5-6 times. This right here is the money maker. The only thing I wish that they did was make this part a little skinnier, because some cameras is a little bit deeper. Just like how I said, this screwdriver right here, I have this because sometimes it won't reach the device. Basically the same thing with this. 90% of the time, this is gonna do the job, but sometimes you actually need Allen keys because this is too fat and won't fit in the hole for a camera. But this is the top 5. If you guys recommend anything else, or if you think, hey, I would have added this instead of this, let me know in the comments, because this is my top 5 and I want to know yours as well.